I mean, I can smell Gizz's death.
You're live. Show. Speaking of you.
Shapacha. Gizz? It's happening.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not happening. Banner to live. I don't know intro.
Fuck it.
Do it.
Jesus Christ.
We need to hire a Geoff.
Oh my God.
He also doesn't get paid, but he brought beer.
Yeah. So did he? He brought beer.
Oh yeah, no, dude. Everybody in this room right now is fucking awesome as shit.
Yes, I will agree with that one.
Yeah.
You know what you should do? I'm Gizz Lazlo.
I'm just fucking Paul.
And welcome to another fucking episode of this shitty shit.
Oh, this has been a long week already.
Oh yeah, did it? No,
it's Monday.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. There's a few things I want to talk about, but as we're now live, evidently, I don't really want to bring anything down. I'm upset that, you know, with friendships and band members that, you know, sometimes I respect people's privacy, but when something horrendous happens to someone and there's no one speaking out about it and saying, you know, how you should deal with something, and all you're getting is mind your own business, that person, like, yeah, something awful happened to them, but you shouldn't know anything about this. Well, that's bullshit to me. I don't want to say who has been hurt. That. And it's not a female, it's a male, so I don't want anybody getting any misconceptions or anything. And you know, but you know, it's hard. It's been a hard week. You're the one that brought the news to me, and I still don't know how my friend's doing. And I'm very upset about it, and I'm very hurt by it, and I'm worried.
And to be completely blunt, it was not a rumor thing. I was concerned about somebody I love very dearly, and so that's why I called you.
And I appreciate that you did, because otherwise I wouldn't know. And I still know as much as I did that day, and that's bullshit. It's been 4 or 5 days now, and I still don't know anymore. I still don't know where to go see my friend, and hold his hand and tell him I hope he gets better. And it just upsets me that I'm not given that
It's
chance.
Fucking hard to process. My friend John Little died. John Bastard, I know him as John Little. He died the night before last in his sleep, apparently. And on the heels of all of this, I'm fucking gutted.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely gutted. And to for anybody to think that I was an asshole for starting a rumor, I wasn't starting a rumor. I was looking to one of my best friends in the whole world to find out information from somebody I dearly fucking love. So if anybody thinks ill of me, you can go fuck yourself.
And I agree. And everybody that's told me to mind my own business and that this doesn't concern me, fuck you. That does concern me. He's my brother. He's one of my band members. I've known the guy for 30 fucking years. And again, to be told this is none of your business, fuck you.
Yeah, Gene Simmons is going to die someday anyways.
This is my business, and I want to know, and I'm concerned, and I want to be able to say, if I don't get a chance to say goodbye to my friend, I'm going to be thoroughly fucking pissed, and there's going to be some people that are going to be fucking shocked about how I react to this. And
the past few days have been very, very hard. This has been a difficult time, which is great for comedy, apparently, but not really at all. Like, honestly,
you know, and then we got, you know, Al from SSD Control, 63, he's gone. Clem Burke, 70, from Blvd, he's gone. I at least got a chance to meet Clem at the Maui Sugar Mill when he played there with some band, and you know, just it was a quick hello. I'm me, you're you, thank you, and that was it. But I did get to meet the guy, and incredible drummer, and it always saddens me to lose somebody in that. You know,
John, fucking love you, buddy.
And another thing I want to talk about before we get down to our comedy bit is that, you know, I'm thoroughly disgusted by a certain club that I had a lot of respect for. I think I have a respect for the club in general. The LA chapter I have no respect for, especially by what I've heard today, and I just think it's a bunch of bullshit. I'm not upset that I am no longer a member. I am more upset by the person who told me I wasn't, and by his means and his reasoning behind it. Just because I don't want to be a part of your crew doesn't mean that I didn't want to be a part of what we had. And it just now makes me not want to be associated with any part of this club that I truly held dear. But it's changed. I think it's a farce. I think it's a joke now. I don't think this person is worthy of even being a leader of this club. And anything he has to do with, at this point, if I'm not welcome, you are not welcome in anything that I do from this point on. I thought we were okay. And I told you my reasons of why I didn't want to be associated with a part of us. And you could not adhere or even mediate a conversation to where we could discuss shit. You just let it fester and fester and fester until I found it to be time for me to step away. And now you've not only ruined what was a good band, but now you've ruined friendships, and now you've ruined associations of people, because I'm taking your word. I haven't even heard word from other people. I've just heard your word, and it's your word against not mine, because I was never even asked or told anything. So for that reason, fuck you too, bud. I think you're a piece of shit. Fuck you. Fuck your band. I hope your record does shit. And with that, how was your week?
Oh, dude. Yeah. Well, I think that's pretty much summed it up. I have no connection to whatever the fuck you just said, other than fuck. I did a ton of work last week, and I felt really good about it. And then the weekend came, and then the Sunday came, and I mean, like this is going to produce good comedy.
Yes.
Tragedy plus time equals tragedy or comedy. I don't know. I'm a little drunk. I've had a very rough day. I've had a very rough evening last night and today. We have one of the most positive people in the world coming on our show tonight.
Well,
Somebody I fucking love to death.
Ask me how my last 2 weeks were.
No, I wasn't over this yet.
You said enough.
No, I have not.
Yes.
I've got so much more. All right. How was your mini tour?
Mini?
What was that? It wasn't
there's
a tour
nothing
tour.
mini about me except my.
Yeah. That's fucking mini. Your one ball is tiny as fuck. I've heard.
Oh, okay, I'll take the ball.
Also, everybody, sorry for the bummer moment, but fucking that's what happens in life. We're all gonna die at some point, and hopefully it sucks as much when I die for you as it does for me.
Don't even fucking joke around about shit like that, dude. You mean a lot to me. This last year and almost a half has been wonderful. I love doing this show because of people like that we have on today. Here's a person I've known probably almost 30 years. We've played together. We've been in,
so much
we've
sex.
been in bands together now. He's now a part of, my band now. And he went on tour with us with one rehearsal, played 3 shows, and then we went on tour. And I swear to God, and I've said this to him, I've said this to my band members, I've said this on the road, I've said it on stage, that if it wasn't for him, I don't think we would be as tight as we are.
So you didn't answer the question.
And that not only saying tight musicians, it's friends. And being able to travel with somebody.
I thought you had another tight comment in there.
Like it, it's been amazing. It's been amazing. This guy brought us together.
So how were the last couple of weeks? Real quick rundown, because we're gonna have the full conversation in a minute.
I don't want to say anything without him next to me.
Well, then fucking Steve, get the fuck in.
Stevo Brown, everybody.
Look at the camera or what? I've never done this.
You look at whatever you want, man.
Well,
Somebody put some tits on the screen.
Camera, you're looking the other way.
It's so weird that it's so dark in here, but from over there,
It's so bright, huh?
it's so bright.
It's me. I reflect white.
Yeah. Well,
I'm like reflecting everything.
but when we're talking about personalities and people, the bright people on this side.
Oh yeah, okay, darky. I fucking love Steve. I made friends with him a few months ago, maybe a few months ago, but this guy is a positive, awesome asset in human history. He fucking seriously can settle down most everybody except for Gizz.
No.
Oh, dude,
Yeah. See how that goes?
I just spent 10 days in a van with Gizz. A bunch of other guys.
Who farts a lot?
no, there was none of
No,
that.
it was.
I want the
no.
fucking
So
There was
drama.
none of that.
It was strangely
Odorless tour.
odorless.
Yeah.
It was odorless.
It was an odorless tour.
It was pretty odorless.
So it was like a lot of douching? Or like, what's going on? I mean, you
The
guys
only-
were not
dude,
eating
you-
healthy
you
food.
weren't there.
It's because we're all
You weren't there, you
adults and we're
douchebag.
grown men, and we practice proper hygiene.
All right. Well,
Unlike 30
but
years
gas
ago
station
when
food.
You wouldn't take a shower for a week when you're,
Like, what was your favorite gas station food?
My favorite gas station, what?
Food.
Corn
Gas-
dogs.
Corn dogs.
And those didn't cause farts?
No.
You
I
only
think,
ate two at a
it was
time.
because it gives a strange aversion to mustard.
What is wrong with you?
I'm a communist. I hate mustard.
I'm a communist. I love
He
mustard.
doesn't like fucking pickles either.
But that's the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Oh my god.
And I bought.
When we stopped at Casa de Putas, and
There
you
were
bought
two
a
jars of
bottle, like a bottle or jar, fucking,
2 jars.
2 jars of pickles.
Like, there's a jar of pickles in the fridge in my office right now.
You won't eat 'em.
I don't even
Oh,
want.
we
I don't
did.
want to be next to them. If you open it, I'm out.
Oh,
I'm out. I'm out. That,
So-
if you want me to
The
leave a
things you
party,
learn about people when you're traveling.
if you want to leave me to leave your party, just break out the mustard and pickles. I'm out. Fuck you.
so mustard pickle gas gets rid of Gizz.
So
It's like Raid.
none of our feet stunk, so it was great.
Oh, well, all right. Okay, we're starting to get off.
Oh, we're
Let's
always off subject.
All right. So, all right. I want to start. I want to talk about Mad Parade first.
Okay.
Like, when did you get into that?
Is it what is your first band? Like the first?
The first. Well, no. I was in several bands before that. Played a lot of gigs. I was lucky enough to play with several awesome bands before that. But I joined them in about a version of it about '91, and it was just Bill the singer and some other random people that he had hired. And I met him through the recycler. And I started playing with them. And then one day we were practicing our place in Azusa, and Joey, Bill's brother, the original guitar player, and Mike Sosa, the original drummer, showed up at our practice and fired everybody. He said, "We're getting the band back together. Get rid of these guys." And they looked at me and said, "You can stay."
Wow.
And I was like, "Cool." And then
Was it like a sex thing?
a sex thing. No, I just don't think they had another bass player at the time. And we just, next thing you know, in a few weeks, I'm playing gigs already and recording, and went off on a tour, and it was a whirlwind. And that started a 30-year stint in the band. 30 years in the same band with the same 3 fucking guys.
Wow. That's not very.
That's
common.
commendable.
Right.
Yeah,
Until our
that's
last
hard.
show. Our last show was April 19th, 2019. It's the
Really?
last show we played at the 5-Star Bar. Yes.
Oh wow.
And after that, we just never played again. And we're not broken up. We're just not
On
playing.
hiatus.
You know,
So version
never done.
recorded.
What's that?
You guys recorded.
Oh yeah.
12 records
Right away. Yeah. 12 or 13 records, I think I did with them. That's counting singles and splits with other bands and shit like that. So
In a version, what was your favorite band that you played with?
my favorite band
That you guys played with on like on stage? Like, what was the favorite band you
with
guys
Mad
jammed
Parade? Oh geez, so many. Probably. Well, no. Okay, so there's like bands that you want to play with. You have like bucket list bands that you want to play with, and I think the highlight of that band was probably when we got to open for Cox Bar the first time they
Oh my
played
God!
in the United States
That's fucking
or in
awesome.
Los Angeles.
Hmm.
And we got on that bill. It was great, and we toured with lots of really good bands. Subs.
Mhm.
The Vibrators were really cool. Vice
Vice
Squad were
Squad.
great.
Fuck
Fucking
yeah.
people. The Business. Mickey Fitz
Oh!
was a fucking geezer, man.
Oh, dude,
love
I
that
love
guy.
him. I love him too.
I love business, dude.
999 Addicts, when that's a whole nother fucking thing with that. So, as if I had to choose one, Cox Bar would probably be my favorite highlight from that part of my.
So, what point did you meet Gizz?
Well,
We did meet in the 90s.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
shared the stage.
So we played. I've been playing with Mad Parade. We probably played 15 shows over the years with Dead Lazlo's place. I don't know exactly what year, The only time I remember, like, I can remember talking with Gizz is because it was after I had quit drinking, so I remember a lot more stuff. Was at a Pirate Punks thing, and it was at like in Irvine or something. It was you guys and us, and Shattered Faith, and a bunch of, there's 3 stages, and there's a bunch of bands playing all night. And I watched you guys play, and then we were talking after. Just friendly conversation. Like
Didn't end in a fight.
Yeah, no, it didn't, not at all. But not until I started playing with Slumlords did I.
We're gonna leave that out.
No, whatever, and then, so that's how I met, or got to be in this position, reintroduced to Gizz, but everybody knows.
But it was that first night, like as soon as we saw each other, it was like,
and we started playing, and immediately there was chemistry.
Yeah.
And I think when you're playing music with people, that chemistry is super important. It's like
you guys are the rhythm section, like
yeah, we hit it off like right off.
And then we took our first break, which probably after the first song, and we just started chatting about old days and refamiliarizing ourselves with each other, and then it was just boom.
And then next thing you know, we're in a van together driving around.
Well,
I had so many comments about you guys being in a van together right now. Jesus Christ!
In reality, we'd been playing together for probably about a week, and then a friend of mine, Brian, called me up and said, "Hey man, I'm starting this new band, and we need a singer. Would you maybe think about auditioning?" I was, "Yeah, sure. I don't have enough on my plate. Sure, another band. Why not?" So I went down, and I went to Amp. I walk in, and there he is.
Yeah.
And I was like,
"Hey, what's up, dude?" We had just played together a couple nights before that. Unfortunately, that didn't really work out. We were just kind of trying to put something together.
Which one of you guys sucked the worst?
The cashier.
The cashier.
Yeah. It was just just jamming with some guys trying to put something together, and just didn't work out.
And then a few weeks after that, Foreclosure played at Corbin Bowl or where?
Yes.
And him and his wife Yvonne came to see us, and he had never heard the band or even seen.
I think that's actually where I met you.
Yeah.
Was it Corbin Bowl and Yvonne? I love
you,
Yvonne.
First time I saw Foreclosure, I was like, I told Yvonne I need to be in this band.
I love your woman. She's awesome.
Yeah, lo and behold.
It was at Harvard and Stone.
Yeah, I killed the bass player and I took his place.
Wow.
What?
Dark turn.
I'm staying out of that one. I'm like,
no, their bass player quit, and
But he was there at the show the night our bass player quit.
We're not.
And it could not have been more perfect. And I threw his name in the hat, and we had I think
better than mine.
One other person in mind, and I didn't feel like that person would fit.
Me?
Okay, there were 2 people in mind, and I knew you wouldn't fit.
Mark, I love you.
You were like
you did the right thing, buddy.
You were like one of those little rubbery.
The Super Bowl.
No. Did you eat? The gummies. You were like a gummy that was trying to be a Lego.
That's weird. I don't know what that means.
You're all squishy and not hard.
I'm still very confused. Like, did you want me to be hard? Was that the goal?
Yeah.
That seems pretty fucking weird.
But in all reality, he rehearsed with us on a Thursday. That Friday, we played at Transplants.
That was my birthday.
Yeah.
Which you were fucking awesome at. Like, literally, you like 2 days in, boom, nails it.
And then 2 weeks later, we played at Scotland Yard.
We played,
And then we played at my Sugar Mill. And then a week after that,
and then
we were on the road.
Yeah. It was fucking on.
And 10 days. Okay, now here are the questions. All right, here we go.
All right, I love this is what I want. So ladies and gentlemen, I have been working on trying to get stories out of these guys from their tour and all the things that have gone on. And they have they've given me zero information.
I never keep my mouth shut.
Oh, yeah, you're correct. You don't ever not shut up.
But this
is all brand new music.
This was a special story. I have not told you a single fucking tour story.
Fucking killing me, man. I want to give it.
All right. Well, we started out in Oxnard, and I think the best band we played that night with was Spark of Life.
Yes.
They a brilliant band, very I want to say almost like a straight edge ethic. They like
the style
like a speech before every song.
Yeah. That's what that reminded me of it.
It was like like Uniform Choice, Youth of Today.
Oh yeah, I know. Okay, I know.
Like that type of
This is
vibe.
what this means.
You know,
Super
yeah,
po-
like
super
bring it,
positive. You know?
yeah, very. I even said we were like,
Positive?
yeah,
Yeah.
Hey, what's that mean?
we went on right after them because we headlined that night, and I was like, yeah, you guys are way too positive for me, man.
Oh, man.
I got to bring it down a level.
I'm inviting suicide on
They were
stage
really
right now.
good. Our singer was a really cool dude.
Yeah,
again,
all of them were, and we'd been wanting to play with them.
Great front
for a
man.
year.
Yeah.
And we finally got to, and I'm glad we did it with him.
Yeah, it was fun. Those guys were cool. That place was cool.
Yeah, I lost my keys that night.
Dude,
Second,
back?
no.
Fuck.
Nah. And then the next time
No.
we played it was with Santa Barbara with
Yes.
Up Your Guts. You were
that
out.
where I was at
You
that
were at
show,
that show.
Yeah.
and Up Your Guts, Jeb. I hope you're watching. That was fucking badass. Like,
Jeb was fucking badass. Dude.
that was a great show. He also has his own podcast. I can't remember the name of.
And
But
Marvin, their
those guys
bass
on
player,
there.
he and I and my lady, we spent the rest of the evening that night polishing off my drink tickets and
Yeah,
telling stories. And dude, that guy's so fucking cool.
those guys are amazing.
And then from that night, we actually spent the night at a different hotels, but we met up at where the rest of the guys in the band were. Jumped in the van, and from that we started traveling. We went up to San Francisco
Long drive.
and played with the New Suburbans, which is Englishman singing.
Yep.
Really tight band. And then Curling, very Shudder to Think. Remember that band, Shudder to Think?
I know the name. That sounds
very
yeah.
falsetto type of voice.
Yeah.
Very-
Yeah, those guys were good. They were great musicians.
Oh man, very.
Bass players.
Well, you guys did something that is absolutely fucking heroic. You went San Francisco to Seattle.
Oh yeah. After that, yeah, we spent
That's
15
16
hours.
hours.
15
of
hours.
Fucking drive. Like that. And that was the
San
night we interviewed
Francisco.
you.
San Francisco to Seattle
At
Overnight.
Balls.
Hold on,
in
hold
the-
on.
Huge
I got to do
balls.
this real quick.
in the dark.
Hey, once again, no, you're not making it quick. Hey, no, shut up. I'm in the middle of my podcast.
Who the
I will
fuck
talk
is
to you
this?
tomorrow. Love you too. Bye.
What the fuck?
Every fucking Monday, he calls me right when we're in our
Which
podcast.
one?
Today, I had to just embarrass him.
No.
Scott,
Oh.
my friend from Albuquerque. Fuck you,
Hey,
Scott.
Scott. Oh, I love
Scott
Scott.
from Albuquerque.
Wait,
Uh.
is Scott commenting? There's fucking mosquitoes. in
No,
there.
you just wanted to tell me what he's listening to right now.
Oh, hey,
Does he not listen to
Scott.
the podcast?
Listen,
Yeah,
listen
right,
to Mad
exactly,
Parade.
right?
God, dude, Scott.
He
podcast.
was
But no, that
probably
was-
listening to Jawbreaker.
That is a heroic fucking drive. I gotta say, that was the night we interviewed
Yeah,
Gizz.
it was overnight. It was brutal, and our windshield wipers.
I am
barely
proud of you,
moved.
gentlemen.
They're flopping like this, and the little rubber things like flinging around. Like, hey,
and then,
that's-
and where the driver is, this part right here was not getting.
I am
swiped.
proud that you guys got there late, but still made it. Like that was
we drove through
heroic
snow.
driving.
We drove through a
snow
mini.
and rain.
So how much
We
cocaine
stopped at a
was
rest
there?
area and somebody was blowing themselves.
Oh my god.
He had plastic all over his car.
Weird.
Remember that?
I don't even
The
want to go.
plastic
No,
car.
we're not doing that. No,
It was weird, dude. It
but
was
that,
like-
that is a heroic drive. And then we had you on the show with Eric, and I got to say, I'm like, you were haggard and exhausted. You still did it, and you guys still made the tour, and I'm impressed.
And we got there just in time that I could do the podcast. We took everything
Really?
out, and I was like, oh shit, dude, I got like 5 minutes. And I wanted the rest of the band in, but I couldn't.
I tried to get him to go to the restaurant.
I did though. I did.
They did?
I did.
They went outside of the restaurant.
No,
No, it was
I went
there.
in.
You were talking to somebody else, and you did the
Oh yeah.
did the camera thing, and we were all sitting there.
Everyone said hi. Obviously, you weren't listening as usual.
It's not on the actual recording.
And that night we played with Filthy Traders,
Yes.
and I dedicated our set to the Gizz that night. I dedicated every
Nice.
city we played in. I dedicated to somebody who had passed from that city that was in a punk band.
Yeah.
And
Dude, that's actually beautiful. Nice work.
and
Well, wasn't that place like really close to where
Mia
you know,
Zapata was
Mia
murdered?
Zapata was killed.
There you go.
So they ended with a song like that. But the cool part about that show is one of my old repo buddies was there. The guitar player singer from Blue, one of my band, the only goth band I was ever in back in '89,
Oh, don't lie.
was there, and it was cool just to catch up with a couple of friends,
Yeah, it was
and
cool.
the pizza was there. It was incredible.
Oh yeah.
I actually had a meatball sandwich, but it was good.
That's great. Nice work.
Yeah, thank you.
Like, the pizza was great, but I didn't eat that.
No, I did have a bite.
Oh, okay.
I had a bite of somebody's pizza.
Did you ask?
No,
Or just take
no.
it?
when we were taking off, I had the rest of it. I'm a pig.
Yeah, what an adventure.
And then after that, we left to Kent.
Yeah.
We played
Yeah,
that
we were supposed
North
to play in
Co-
Tacoma, but at the last
at a coffee
minute,
shop.
at a coffee shop that was really popular, we were stoked to do it, and then at the last minute, they changed the venue, and we ended up in a like seemed like an abandoned restaurant out in Kent.
A squatted
Washington.
restaurant.
Oh my God.
There's something weird about it. And
it was an
weird.
Italian restaurant owned by Indians.
yeah.
So
and
I gotta ask,
Call
like,
center.
being our age, we're not going to divulge. We're definitely not 25. On a tour like that at this point in our lives, like how, like, I mean, you got to be really proud of yourselves for doing it. I'm going to give you guys a massive amount of kudos and a giant amount of respect for like doing our passion to do this at our age.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, you guys have to feel super positive and awesome about this, right?
We were very leery about doing it, you know, because we didn't know what to expect at being our age.
We're interviewing Steve, by the way.
I haven't been on a tour that was more than like 2 days for 20 years, at least 20 years. Last time, 20 years. Last tour I did was with the Undertones in 2005. Undertones and the Epoxies.
That's an old.
So I haven't been. So I was. I know what to expect. Being an older guy. Like, do I want to go on a tour? Do I want to do this? Fuck it. We just went and we had a blast.
Yeah.
Every show, no matter what, it was great. I got to spend time with friends and build relationships, and like I talk about chemistry and playing music, and you have chemistry with some people.
Yeah.
And these guys I clicked with right off the bat, and it's a pleasure to play. It was a pleasure to go on this tour. I was telling you, I could have done another week.
Really?
Yeah,
So that's an amazing thing to hear.
I could have done another week.
And I think everybody else in the band could have too.
Yeah, I think we would have physically like been able to do it because it's the first time I went out where I wasn't like drinking or anything like that, and it made a huge difference.
Yeah.
It's getting good rest, and but the conversations and the friendship that was built was awesome.
We laughed the entire time.
Oh my gosh, I laughed till my cheeks hurt.
Yeah.
I love the Gizz. He's like, there's no egos. We're having a great time. It's amazing.
Nobody argued. There was no ego. It was a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then what I thought was beautiful was that every day we were on Spotify and we had a queue going, and everybody picked like 2 or 5 songs, and it was on the queue. And then there were songs that everybody knew and we'd sing together, or songs that, I recognize the song. Who's that? And Wall.
Oh my
he
God.
was an encyclopedia.
I fucking love that dude.
He would give. Oh yeah, that came out in '93. It was on this label, and these 4 guys were in that band. And once that record was over, that guy quit, and then this guy joined.
So
the
he's
band.
like Sharif. He's got that thing.
Yeah, totally.
What was the weirdest? What was the weirdest like offering of songs? What do you guys think? Like
on the whole trip? I got turned on to a lot of really good music that I didn't know existed on this trip. Tons of it, in fact, stuff that I never ever heard of.
I know.
What?
I can't remember what the band was, but it's an acoustic version of Hybrid Moments.
Oh yeah, it was some girl. What was her name?
I don't remember.
It was a girl playing the guitar and singing.
It wasn't Scal, was it?
No.
Oh, I think I've heard this.
But it was beautiful.
Oh, she didn't tell me. Yeah, and I was like, whoa. This is like...
We'll put it up on the website when we figure it out.
We'll find out.
It was so cool because like everybody shut up for like the 3 minutes of that song.
And you hate the Misfits.
Yeah, but I loved that version.
Oh, it was great. It's better.
Man.
It was way better than the Misfits version.
Oh yeah.
That's not hard.
And another thing I think he and I bonded on is we both hate fucking
Zeppelin
and Social Distortion.
Oh yeah.
I cannot stand
Like,
Led Zeppelin.
I don't hate Social Distortion. They're not on my regular playlist, but I hate fucking Zeppelin. I want to fucking actually murder Zeppelin with Zappa.
Wow.
We just double down on the Z's.
I like Zappa.
Just like fucking.
All right, so we've covered Seattle. We went to Kent, and then we played with 8 Alive.
Oh, they were great.
Yeah,
They were
a 3-piece.
Just like really jangly, kind of heavy at moments, like alternative rock band. I don't know what you would
First
call
bass
it.
player I've ever seen play hammer-ons.
Yeah, hammer-ons.
Oh.
And the girl that was playing the bass before the show, she pulls out her bass and it's got 5 strings. And I'm like, oh, cool, 5 strings. And Mark said something. Oh no, Lewis said something to her about 5 strings. She said, "Yeah, well, you guitar players get 6." I thought that was
she had an attitude.
Yeah, and I was like,
I
oh,
love
that's,
her.
Very,
that's cool. And
very
then
sweet.
in the middle of the song, she starts busting out the tapping
Just
and the
hammer it out.
hammer-ons.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
and, like,
sexy.
very,
flawless.
very sweet looking,
Yeah.
nice girl. And I was sitting her back and forth.
Yeah,
What
it
the
was,
fuck?
It was rad. They were good.
There you go.
Really good songs. The singer guy was great.
She reminded me of Sharif's sister. And he
Sharif
does
have
not have a
oh,
sister.
Okay. Oh. But dude, Sharif is like quiet and contained. Like I could imagine if he
her.
had a sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was
Oh,
like that.
Sharif has
She
no
was
buddy.
a sweetheart though. And they, after the show, we spoke for probably about 20 minutes. We actually spoke to them before the show too. Hung
Yeah,
out
we were
and-
hung out pretty much the whole night.
Really,
with them.
really cool.
And we're gonna try to get them to come down and play with us. 'cause
Yeah.
they were really good.
Give him a show.
Yeah.
So here's a question: it's like the bands that you guys interacted with on tour. Obviously, I don't think you had a bad moment at all. So like,
Well, that opening band that night.
Oh, that night too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
There you go.
progressive-
Now we got a
progressive
story.
rock
Ben
band.
Full Zero.
Yeah, Ben,
Oh, God.
Billy, Silly Joel.
Yes.
Oh,
I mean, they're good guys, but like literally, they're great musicians. It was too long. They played
Yeah,
for
they were
an
supposed
hour.
to play for 30 minutes, and they played for
An hour, and they were the
Oh.
opening band, keyboard, and then they had like the swirly lights behind
was it
them.
one of those bands? It's like all the notes.
Yeah, oh yeah,
All the
Oh, and
notes.
they had wireless.
yeah. Everybody had
It's
wireless
a
in
little tiny
ear,
restaurant. They had like
in-ear.
wireless guitars.
and the bass player he had the jacket
So,
from
wait.
Sha Na Na.
Was it the band called like Trust Fund?
I don't remember.
It's the something you forget.
Trust Fund.
The things you forget or something. I can't
I
remember.
forgot.
I
hope
asked,
they're
I
not
actually asked them
watching,
during the
'cause
set.
they're probably really good musicians, and we don't want
They
to
are.
Oh, they were great.
They're great musicians, and cool songs. But I could have took 30 minutes.
One of the things that the Gizz and I do agree on is we never fucking talk shit about fucking bands on stage. Like you always say, "Hey, you guys did great, no matter what."
And
You may
I
not
did.
love it, but like, look,
And I
whatever-
did tell them,
Yeah.
dude, I think you guys are great. A little too long.
That's yep. There you go.
A little too long for an opening.
Now I
band.
know who it is because I want to hear him.
I'll find out. I'll let you
Yeah.
know. I can't remember. I have to look at the flyers.
But that was a pretty. It was a pretty weird night.
And this
Yeah,
is
it was
the
a weird
hardest part of interviewing the two of you on tour with Foreclosure. Great band, by the way. Is there's no drama and nobody had smelly feet, nobody farted.
No,
like,
if those are the stories you want, you won't have that.
and
I'm gonna make them up.
Oh, we could make them up.
I'm gonna make them up.
And the thing I think that brought us together too is that by this point of the tour, we were all in the same cycle of urination.
Oh yeah,
Urination across the nation.
Yeah.
Like we had when somebody had to pee.
Wait. Did you guys ever think about covering Fascination Street as Urination Street?
It's funny that you get 5 guys in there, around 50 years old, and you sure have to urinate a lot.
Yeah, our prostrates are like
Stop
big.
every 45 minutes.
Yeah, 45 minutes to an hour. But it was weird because if somebody said, hey, where's the next rest area? Or is there a gas station coming up? Yeah, dude, I got to pee too.
Hey, so if I built a urinal for a van,
You'd be rich.
I'd be.
You'd be rich.
And somebody would get a fucking gonorrhea.
All right, so Steve, let's back down on this one.
Okay.
So, what are your influences? Like, tell me what the first moment and you kind of like, oh my god, that punk rock. What was that moment?
So there's a couple.
No,
Okay. What
Turns
one
out
we were
no.
talking about the other night, while we were driving in
I wasn't there.
1979, December 1979, the Ramones opened for Black Sabbath at the Long Beach Arena.
Yep.
I was there. I was 10 years old. I had never heard the Ramones before. They played 4 songs and then they were booed off the stage.
like Prince.
Yeah. And I was there to see Black Sabbath, of course. But it stuck with me. I was like, oh, these guys were I like the way they looked. They looked cool with their leather jackets and all that stuff. But then shortly after that, on my 11th birthday, my best friend, Tony, who's hopefully listening tonight, gave me Duty Now for the Future, Devo's second record.
Yeah.
And that changed my life, that record. I put it on, Smart Patrol, Mr. DNA, and that was it. That was the moment. I was like, I want to be part of this. This music's speaking to me. So
Right.
that was it.
So that's like the sounder. Boom! I'm
Yeah.
fucking heard this. This is different. It's alternative. It's outside the box. So how do you progress from there?
Well, I started buying records. My mom used to rent her basement out to people, like it was like
And
a
this
rental
is where?
thing. Yeah, in Alhambra.
Uh,
And had a friend move in there that had a record collection. It had a bunch of bands I'd never heard of. He had the Dead Kennedys, and he had DOA records. He had China White records, and he had Agent Orange records. All these bands that I had,
obscure.
I never really listened to. I'd heard their names and everything. You would write like Black Flag on your shirt, but I couldn't have told you a Black Flag song. You know what I mean? I hadn't got to that stuff yet. And he started playing.
Was
these
there a
records for me.
communication breakdown or something?
It was a communication breakdown.
Or too many six packs?
That too.
Oh my God.
It was a nervous breakdown.
Oh yeah, okay.
Communication breakdowns, Led Zeppelin.
Ah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he turned me on to all this really cool music. So I started buying records. But it wasn't until much later that I started playing music. I didn't even pick up an instrument until I was like 18 years old or 19 years old.
So
And
2
for
weeks
a
ago.
musician, yeah, right. That's kind of late for musicians. A lot of guys start younger than that. But
Actually, I would say no. I think a lot of people. I mean, I started I think at 11 or 12, but
This isn't about you.
Okay, Gizz isn't here right now. So I got lucky. I found a fucking guitar at a dumpster, but I don't think that actually 18 is too young. I think that's actually kind of normal.
yeah.
When could you afford to buy a guitar?
So I'll tell you, the first band I ever joined, I kind of lied my way into it. My dad was a musician, and I had a bunch of equipment. Had a guitar, I had an amp, Fender Twin Reverb, whatever. And my friends had a band, and they're like, "Oh, we need a bass player." I was like, "Oh, I know how to play the bass, but I don't have a bass." Like, "Oh, we have one." I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, "Oh, we have one you can use. You know how to play the
Gizz
bass?"
going,
And I was,
"I
and
can
I was like,
sing."
"Yeah." So I went and I did like a foreclosure thing. I practiced with those guys in the day, and I played that night with them. I played 4 songs with them, and I've been playing bass ever since.
There you go.
It took a few years before I could buy my own. I was probably 18 or 19 years old at that time. I played my first gig actually right down the street here on Sheffield, down at
So,
Jagger's house right around the corner.
Dude,
from there.
literally, I know Jagger's house. We
Yeah.
grew up in the same neighborhood.
Yeah. That was
Which
my
is
first time ever
amazing.
playing, and I didn't stop from there. That band broke up, and I immediately joined another one, and I kept playing. And I've been playing ever since. Right, lucky, I played in a bunch of bands in the Omani punk rock scene. We were talking about that before.
That's where I grew up, man. Exotoxins on tolerance.
Exotoxins. Well, Dean from Exotoxins and Exotoxins broke up, and I was playing with a band called Jeff's Parents at the time.
Holy shit!
From El Monte, and
Great name for a band.
Totally
Jeff's
know.
Parents broke up, and me and Dean were talking one day. We're like, "Fuck it, dude, let's start a band." So we started a band called Your Mom. It was me and Dean, a guy named Butch from Jeff's Parents, and a guy named Pete who played drums for Childhoods. I don't know if you remember Childhoods. They were from like Valinda or some shit like that.
Valencia.
No, Valinda, like out in towards like La Puente.
Shit.
Valinda. Anyway, so we started that band, and it's funny because Dean ended up joining Schlep Rock and getting signed to a major label and all this stuff. But it's funny because we were playing in this band together, and I joined Mad Parade, and then shortly after Dean joined Schlep Rock, it was like kind of at the same time. So that band broke up. I went to Mad Parade, started touring, playing with them, and Dean went with Schlep Rock and got signed, and we played a bunch of shows together. I talked to him pretty recently.
Did Schlep Rock, Mad
Schlep
Parade,
Rock-
and DLP play a show together?
Probably.
I would imagine.
I
you
remember
probably
those.
did.
We played a lot of shows with that lineup. And remember Tongue?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
fuck
dude.
Yeah, Liz
Tongue, yeah.
and Rick.
Gizz's
Yeah,
least
it was
favorite band, fucking Dread Zeppelin, was the South El Monte band.
Oh yeah, I remember Dread Zeppelin.
They're fucking awesome.
They were the Elvis singer guy who sang,
Elvis reggae.
Led Zeppelin reggae songs, right? So and then since then I played in some Guys of the Valley, Fatal Error. They're like this weird progressive jazz thrash band, which is pretty trippy. And the guitar player quit, and he's playing Poli now. He's on tour with them right
Really?
now. Yeah, he's playing, his name was
Sheena Radinsky.
with Scott Radinsky. He's the singer
Yeah.
for that band. And then I played in a bunch of other bands, off and on. I was playing a lot of hardcore stuff for the last few years, just because it's just what I was doing. And then now I'm playing with
That
foreclosure.
that
Slow motion
Yes,
for
this.
that.
And speaking of this, we're gonna go
Oh,
on.
here we go.
So next night was Spokane, which I want to Bitter Row.
Oh yeah, right.
Bitter Row.
Oh, okay.
They opened up that night,
Yeah.
and
Those guys were cool.
that night was special, I think, for a band as a whole, because at our last song, we had a pit,
Oh yeah.
and it was about 5 or 6
Yeah.
old 50-year-old dudes just slamming
I'm
with their
right here.
beers, and
It was our first
somebody
bit.
broke a hip, somebody lost a contact,
Oh,
but that night was very special because Dank, the artist who
Yes.
bought all our stuff, was there. He drove an hour and a half to come to the show. I gave him a gift of every shirt with every cover that he's drawn.
Yeah.
He was so appreciative.
Gizz
He
made
took
him
some
cry.
pictures. Yeah, I cried too.
Yeah. It was
he
really.
cries a lot.
I have feelings.
Yeah,
I
no,
have- I have
Yeah,
emotion,
right.
not
Yeah.
like you.
But it was cool because this guy, like, he didn't expect.
the gift.
Well, I don't know if he didn't expect it, but I don't think he really expected what it would look like when he got him all this
Right.
awesome artwork that he did. But the guy was so cool and so humble and so touched that we used his artwork and
Yeah.
that gets into the trouble of making all these shirts and to show him how much we appreciated his stuff because his art fits with the music like
It
perfectly.
is.
It's like one of
It
those
is
chemistry
beautiful.
things.
It is
Like
beautiful.
I was asking him, I was like, so did he guys, did he paint these after hearing the songs? And he's like, no, it was just like a serendipitous thing.
Mhm.
And
where-
tell the rest of the story. Like there was a gift from him.
Oh yeah, he painted he drew
yeah.
a pencil drawing of us on stage with our
It's
banner,
a
and
beautiful thing. It's
yeah,
gotta
and
be-
that was the next day.
Oh,
The beautiful thing that he said was like, "You make me want to draw again," which I thought was amazing.
so I would request because I just learned this today. I would actually request you guys did a limited run of T-shirts of that actual art.
Oh, we are.
And fucking if the band signs them in paint pen, that would be a really cool thing you guys could push
I think
out.
we talked
I would
about
really like to
something
do.
like that.
Wait, he wants to design and draw our next cover.
Dink is beautiful, dude. It is amazing. I hope he's watching.
But
I hope so too. He was a great dude. He was really, really nice.
It was beautiful.
but that night, I had another friend of mine, Chris Wilson,
Mhm.
who's Ike's friend, and he showed
Ike.
up. I did not know he was going to be there.
That was a good night. A lot of people
So-
showed up.
Yeah, it was really crowded. It was the first band was Index. Oh no. Bitter Row was the first band. Second band was Index, which are a bunch of kids, and then the drummer and the guitar player singer they switched,
That was cool.
and that was pretty cool.
They were like kids. Like,
yeah.
Like,
Like
none of them
12,
were 18.
13,
They were
14.
they were 19 and 20.
Oh,
Yeah. Like
That's
They weren't
awesome.
21, you know. And when we played, there was a little kid, 9 years old.
Yeah.
He had the shooting fucking headphones on, and
All right.
I looked at him like, "Are you a midget or are you a kid?"
Can't say midget. We say little people.
I was like, "You're freaking me out." You know, little people freak me out, but it was really cool. And then the last band, When She Dreams, they were a piece with electronic
yeah.
drums
no
off
drummer.
of their, you know.
But,
But once again,
that was cool.
Sean wearing your hat,
Jeez,
we traded shirts that night.
Mexico whistled.
and it was really cool. But yeah, first to the band, you got to experience that. And that was pretty badass.
That was a good night. We
Then-
played good.
The next night was fun. I don't remember anything.
All right, so we're gonna cap that with what is your rig? What do you do? Your setup?
Well, for this tour, I borrowed a 500-watt Fender combo amp from Mark, but normally I play Ampeg SV,
Okay.
straight
Cool.
up.
Cables and guitar. What's up?
I play
Pedals.
Fender Precision bass. I have two of them as I've had for a long time. The other one, I'm still getting mojoed up to play it. I think I'm gonna play it at my pool.
Do you work on your own guitars?
What's that?
Do you work on your own?
No, you know what, man? I've always wanted to learn how to do my own set, but I never got around to it.
Yeah.
So I have a guy who does them for me. I play with Dunlop. They're green. And
Well, there's a color.
no, but
They're
and-
Paul size.
yeah.
No, they're
The
his
small
size.
ones, nothing. But with I was telling the guys in this band that as I'm starting to learn how to play these songs. I think I'm going to softer pick because songs need a little bit
The
more
strings you pull
finesse
off.
to them. I played Ernie Ball Slinkies.
Okay.
Yeah, just regular Slinkies.
4-string bass, Slinkies.
4 strings, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't deal with the 5 strings. Too many
You'll learn.
strings. I'm a very mediocre guitar player.
Any pedals?
That's why he uses his hand.
I don't really use pedals. I have in some bands. I want a little bit of crunch or distortion on it, but I typically go straight to SVT. If you're playing SVT and you get it hot enough and you crank it loud enough, you don't need.
There you
pedals.
go.
Do you
If
like
you,
when
if you
people
can play
touch your-
guitar?
your
you can play
dials?
guitar.
No, I hate when people touch my nose.
Do you like it when people?
Oh my god!
Your
Don't
amp
touch my
around?
shit. Don't touch my shit.
I'm touching your knobs.
No.
Oh, I'm touching the fuck.
Yeah, just like a basic setup, straight
Yeah.
into it. I used to 810 on me, but now I have a 410 and
Yeah.
it works great. So,
Right on.
and I played out of the same rig for years and years. For
I love VT. It's fucking
same,
perfect.
The same apps.
You,
That's kinda my
you
sound.
played out of a Fender, right? On
you-
tour,
It was a Fender amp on tour. That was
the walls, right?
well, it was Mark's.
Mark's
Because we didn't have room for the
SVT.
410 cabinet for
And
the
that's light as
SVT.
shit.
What is the SVT for over like a 215 or a 115 even?
I think it depends what you're playing. I did heavy for like pop punk and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
think the 410 sound really good, especially like I said, for that mid-range stuff. When I needed a lot of power or push a lot of air, I would use the A10 cabinet, but I
Yeah.
got tired of carrying around a refrigerator.
Yeah, dude, they're fucking giant.
But I do have an SVT3 Pro, which is a hybrid. It's got a tube preamp that it emulates the SVT tube amp pretty good if I get it loud enough. And I can. The only trouble with that is it breaks real easy. It just depends on what I'm playing. But I've been using the SVT. New anniversary SVT, the brand new ones, Blue Line. It's
Apparently,
beautiful.
you've made $1 million in your
Yeah, I
band.
know, right?
Yeah.
I bought one.
How was your million, by the way?
Oh, it was great.
He blew it.
I blew it all in a SVT. But it still
And
weighs
gas.
it still weighs 85 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
And you go on the road, you can't carry an 85-pound amp around.
You can.
Well, you can, but
if you're 22.
yeah, and I'm not. So
No,
I'm
you're
actually
28.
looking for a little something smaller and,
Oh.
and more mobile
Oh, I
for
have-
when we're touring, because I think we got plans to
Yeah.
do something else.
We're going to talk.
We've been offered a tour in August in New York, Jersey, Boston, and
And I'm going to tour manage. These guys.
Yeah, so we're gonna go to
4
East
days.
Coast for
Oh,
4
my
days.
God.
We're gonna fly out, play 4 shows, and fly back, and then go back to work.
What we did discover about each other is like 5 days is like our max. Like,
Because you're
let's do
fucking
5
old,
days
right?
and then break. Do another 5
Yeah.
days. But
Yeah,
10 days, it was tough. But I think that could 10 days on the East Coast would be a lot better because shorter drive.
Yeah, shorter drives. The driving was crazy. We drove 3,300 miles.
I mean, that's like, literally, I would have to hire a fucking like driver.
If we could have a driver, that'd be, and
Yeah.
a merch guy, I think it would be definitely.
Yeah, it was a
Eric?
little tight. I think
Eric?
we could have packed a little lighter. As you do these things, you learn more. Toured in so
Well,
long.
we drove with a body bag.
Yeah.
Wall.
Why did you kill her?
Wall.
Well,
Okay, well,
No,
Oh,
we have a good
got
story.
You're on. I want to hear more.
We're
almost to the
we're
good
getting-
I like the
stories.
punctuation here. Like you're on, dude.
All right,
Now.
so, to finish off my story about Portland, I had Peter Nearing,
Love
Benjamin.
Peter.
He was on our show earlier. He was there. My buddy Neil, who is the drummer from Bad Samaritan Time, I think replaced me, and
Very good.
Josh, which was my friend John, who showed up in Seattle from the golf band I was in. His brother was there, so I had a lot of people there to see me.
Yeah.
I went home with Neil to go fucking spend the night at him, party with him all night.
Sounds kind of weird.
And yeah, I'll tell the story about the night
Tell it,
before
Yeah, you should.
about Spokane when we were at the hotel and you wanted to do laundry and go hit the hot tub in the pool. That was weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was weird.
I need this story right
Well,
fucking
I'm
now.
Not
Well,
weird
something
because
happened.
One of the guys in the band, I'm not going to mention who, but they wanted to go down to the pool, and there were a 9-year-old boy and a 14-year-old girl. So he was like, fuck this, I'm going to go in the hot tub. And then they jumped into the hot tub with him. He's like, you know what? I'm out. And left. And he was like, all night. He's like, dude, I can hardly wait to get back to the hot tub and the pool. And I was going to go down with him, but he left without me.
There was a bunch of kids in there at 2 o'clock. They were screaming and yelling. And
yeah, which I just thought was fucking weird. So,
hey guys, I know that guy. Love that. Stevo, Yvonne's the best. Good you guys are doing the tour. And not that old.
Who said you're not that old?
Stevo's like
still saves. You're not that old.
Not Spinal Tap.
That would be awesome. Fucking God, dude, I would fucking literally be okay with dying right now if it was not fucking Spinal Tap.
Okay, so from Portland, we went to Sacramento, and that was actually a really good night with Punx, the opening band, 3-piece. Their harmonies were stellar. Everybody
that
in
band was really good.
I think the only thing that they need to do is change their name, because Rebel Punk sounds like a radio station, and it makes them sound like a cover band. But they're much better.
They were super tight.
And then Too Bad Eugene. So
great. Those guys.
Adam says hello.
What's up?
You know those
I know
guys?
that would be
But they
there's
fucking
dude.
rocked.
I ordered a 4-pack of stickers from some Canadian company. They sent like 3,000 stickers.
Told them that, and I go half of it in my fucking. In my,
Like, all right, great,
bag.
and they're on
they were good.
everything.
And then this is what I haven't told you about. All right, there was
God.
the last band, and they're called Ghost Beef. They're
Oh,
a
yeah.
tribute band to Arby's.
Oh my God!
They
We have the meats.
they cover of. We got the meats. We got the meats. Everybody, get on your feet.
They
They were
like aprons.
butcher
Fucking-
aprons.
oh my God!
3-piece. They're
I want
absolutely.
them to play my next birthday.
Oh, dude.
You would like them.
You
They
should buy
did
them
War
down.
Pig.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
they did War Pigs at the end.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
my God.
dude, was War Pigs like a fucking pork sandwich song?
Something like that.
Dude, they were absolutely
It was a great
Ghost
band.
Beef.
Ghost
Got a
beef,
roast
I
beef,
fucking
Ghost
love.
beef.
Do
A
they have merch?
tribute to Arby's.
Just somebody look up Ghost Beef on the internet. And see,
No.
fucking, that's awesome.
That
as
night.
fuck.
Okay, so here's where it gets good.
Oh God, now
That
it gets good. Arby's band.
We drive about an hour to Grass Valley, where Mark's dad lives.
Yeah.
He's only lived in that community for maybe 2-3 weeks. And then
Yeah,
they only stayed there like a weekend, and then
Skate or stayed.
stayed at the house.
stayed at the
I heard
house.
skated.
So it's only like 2 days.
Yeah.
They have a house down in like Palm Desert. They're gone. We show up 1 in the morning in a van. It takes them about 10-15 minutes to find the key. So there's flashlights walking around the house.
So you guys have never broken into anything.
And
Never.
there's an address, little light board in front of the house that's supposed to have 1, 2, 3 address. The numbers are gone. It's just lights, you know. But there's 121 and 125. So we're
Hope we were at the right.
so finally we get the key. Garage door opens. We're inside. Most of us are in our underwear or PJs, and ding ding.
Why are you? In
And
your
we had
underwear?
just said, I bet you the cops are gonna show up.
Yeah.
Fucking SWAT team. Dude.
How did ICE not just take you away?
Cops come inside the house, and I don't know what they're expecting. You know,
Some old
5
guy.
old guys standing around in their underwear in the kitchen.
Why were you in your underwear?
Because it was-
We just gotten home, dude.
We're getting ready for.
You did somebody else's house, and there's 5 guys with your
Yes.
pants off together.
Yes, pretty kind of.
That's
pretty
a
much.
That's what we
little
do at the
weird.
hotels.
So we did that. So the cops come in
Ladies and gentlemen,
and they're like, "Hey, what's going on, guys? Are you guys playing music?" And we're like, we're."
How did you know that?
I know.
We saw a lot of equipment in your van.
Yeah.
And 2 of the neighbors called and said there's 5 or 6 guys walking in and out of the house taking shit. And then that's where the fucking body bag comes in.
Yeah.
Wall's bag is literally gets
are there
back.
pics? Are there pictures of this?
We-
No, I didn't
Are
think
you
about
gonna
that
take a
after.
camera out
I
when the
was like,
cops are
Yeah, fucking yeah,
like,
yeah. yes,
Yeah,
taking out the camera.
oh yeah, watch out for the brown guy. Or
Yeah,
some shit like
we were in the van, and Lewis is all, "Dude, stay right there." Why?
Oh, well, you think Lewis is brown?
Dude, I don't want you or me going out there because if the cops do show up, we're gonna have to say, hey, I'm the gardener, and I showed up.
Oh my god!
This is like, dude, you got a point. All right, I'm gonna stay right here.
Is there any information on the Arby's ban? Because I fuck shirt.
Sideways, real quick.
Oh yeah.
Safe search should have been applied.
So that was the fucking weirdest thing. The cops coming in and
they
it was
like
so
walking
they
down. They
were,
just like walk in.
You guys are just bad at like internet, phones, emails.
They were actually really cool. Like the lead guy, I wanted to make fun of his eyebrows because they were so fucking on point. You know,
oh my
so
god.
He was manscaped.
Oh yeah. He had a landing strip on his.
Yeah,
Oh
but,
really? So that's what
yeah.
that's the first thing you go to is like
That's
a
the first thing
guy's
you
like.
thought about.
Any uniform. I have a fermenting uniform.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
But all three cops and
Did they have soft handcuffs?
dude, we'd never gotten cuffs. They
Why not?
No, they were cool. So Mark pulled out his ID.
already knew his dad's names.
Yeah, so it all matched up, and they were cool, and they left us. But
We started laughing immediately, and all the ideas like, oh, we should have taken pictures of them. We should have filmed a video. like all the.
You are not artists.
If you're there at 1:30 in the morning,
Oh, I'm fucking
tired,
video, dude.
and then a bunch of cops like butt to a house. Like, yeah, we don't even know what the fuck we're doing here.
Back to
At that
Stevo.
point, I didn't even think I wasn't really 100% certain we were in the right house.
I didn't either.
You were under
And
arrest.
I was sitting in the van, and they're looking in the fucking flashlights in the
It was me,
windows.
you,
And
and Lewis.
I'm like, the cops are gonna come. Someone's gonna
It
call
was
the
me
cops.
and Louis.
Yeah.
It was Wall and
Someone's gonna call the
Mark.
cops. You watch.
Yeah.
I don't even know Wall. Like Wall is not arrestable because he's just an enigma.
That's the nice dude.
Yeah.
He's
I've
easily
never-
awesome.
I've never heard him raise his voice, never seen him set, and he knows everything about music.
I wouldn't want to piss him off though. He would have a moment of strength.
and one thing I have to tell about him, the guy never uses a towel. He has to use
Oh,
a towel.
Hey!
He's that hairy.
Dude, Wall, I love you. That would
Go
be
there,
so
He's
awesome.
got the blow dryer. He's going to
From-
dry
well,
himself
okay.
off after the shower.
From here
So
down,
these are the stories I've been
from
looking.
here down, he's hairy. From
No,
here down, he's hairy. From here up,
I want an air dryer in my bathroom. It's like,
It's the same thing.
yeah. So back to Steve because that's who we're interviewing, not Gizz.
I love my Stevo.
That's my girl right there. That's my
What
girl.
was the weirdest outside of fucking this goddamn story? You're like, what the hell just happened?
On this one?
Yeah.
We just did. Which
on the way there.
Oh god damn it!
Stay the
the kids?
That's getting
Yeah.
creepy,
Oh,
right?
shit.
Okay, this
Okay,
is
so-
so weird.
we stopped. We're at this gas station. Were we on the way there? We're coming home. I don't know.
No, we're on to
On the way to Sacramento. No, on the way to Pacifica.
yeah.
Right, on our way to Pacifica. So we stop at a gas station. And of course.
No
Which
gas.
I have to do
Yeah.
really bad right now.
And we're at this, waiting to get in line. There's a whole bunch of
I was the first
several
one.
people. We go in, and
Always
these 4
was.
kids show up. They're like 10 or 11 years old, 12-year-old kids, and they're standing there waiting in line for the bathroom. They were traveling somewhere, and then they come out and what did you say to him? You said
I didn't say anything. I walked down there, go, oh my god, it's Jack Black.
yeah, oh, yeah, that's right. Jack Black. He's like, hey.
And I walked away because there were 3 men and 4
Yeah,
boys.
so we start talking
And
to
I'm
the
like,
kids.
I don't even heard of this.
Lewis is really friendly. And Lewis is like, hey, you guys like music? And the kid's like, yeah, we do. We're a band, we're on tour. We're called Foreclosure. He gives them the tune. And the kids like pull out their phone and look at us. Oh, you guys are great. I'm gonna listen to this stuff. And it was just weird. Like these kids threw them on the music, and the next thing you know, the next day, they
Message us.
they message us through
Instagram.
Through Instagram. Said they'd kind of waiting for it to come back and play again, which was cool. Right? These are like,
Dude, get their address and send them some fucking merch.
What about Denny's?
Oh god. Oh, this is going on.
Tanya.
Yeah, Tanya. Not Tanya. Tanya.
Yeah, we went to these in the middle of the night
I
and
have to pee so bad.
met this this waitress she's like the overly accommodating things, and we're like, what's your name? She's like, Tanya. And Gizz is like, Tanya. She's like, no.
Tanya.
This is funny.
I just, but
No,
I
he
gave
doesn't
her,
need any more.
I gave her the
Oh,
her online information, whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
all our contact information.
Yeah.
But she was very,
you give her your grinder.
really cool. Like,
No, it's like running people onto our music as we went along. We met another guy who we had an issue with one of the tires in the van. We had to very quickly find a tire place to get fixed. And we're like, hey, Blake was his name, and we're at putting air in the tire. We didn't pull him out, and we started talking to him, gave him a shirt, turned him on to the music and everything. He's like, wow, you guys are really good.
he's headed to his girlfriend's birthday party. He's late, and we're taking him all the time. So he kind of helped us out. We helped him out, and it was cool. Like meeting random people not at a show and turning them on to the band.
Yeah. So, like there was stuff. There were weird people we met. Like the guy we pulled at this one rest stop, and some guy had his entire car wrapped in plastic. For some reason, like plastic trash bags. And we could see somebody was inside there, but we're like, why is this car in plastic? Nobody really knew. It was really fun.
That was in Washington, huh?
That was in Washington. Yeah.
I'm very confused.
Because you weren't listening. I seen over there at fucking metal.
It's okay, man.
Yeah, that's cool. Great. I gotta use it as well.
Okay, so anyway, do you remember our last
You
night
guys,
when we went to Pacifica? KC and the Clamps.
And the Clamps.
Yeah, they were the band after us.
That was an acoustic punk rock band with a pretty cool chick singer.
Yeah, Chelsea.
Yeah, she was good.
And then Crazy Keith, the guitar player.
Oh yeah, those guys.
And then
and the guy playing the box.
I say his name was Eric.
And the really good bass player that smoked a
yeah, he smoked a whole blunt. Never took it out of fucking. Never took it out. A huge one, did, and he was a didn't have a microphone, so you didn't hear that. But
played outside bikers. His last show was really good.
A bunch of bikers and lesbians.
Yeah, we had a good time. And
I got offered a BJ too that night.
Oh, we did. It's offered more
from dudes. From dudes. Let me tell you.
Love Jack Black.
Yeah,
I know, right?
I kept telling you, I'm not Jack Black.
I delivered a lot of pizzas to this dude, and Jack Black always tipped me $40.
That's cool.
I delivered a lot of
Seems
pizza
like
to
a
this
nice guy.
dude, and Jack Black gave me $40. So it wasn't even Jack Black's house.
He lives in Los
And now I wasn't giving a
Yeah, first time I ever lived it. Sorry to interject, dude. Like, I don't.
Obviously, you're not.
It's invited, but first time I ever delivered a pizza to Jack Black, he answered the door in a wetsuit. He was like, "It's my.
You want to go swimming?
Son's birthday, dude, and this is
Who the fuck is this dude that just walked in?
I'm your friends, you dorks.
I don't have my glasses on, so I don't know who the fuck you are. And then you got fucking Mr. You on tour with us.
Just Paul is back.
oh,
God, it was so much better without
that's
him.
a lot of pee.
But
Dude,
I don't remember the first band from Pacifica. They were the 3-piece from Oklahoma.
Oh, they were called the
Oklahoma
I can't
Cons?
like the
They're a surfy band.
Yeah, they were like a instrumental surf kind of rock band. They were really good.
And then the covers they played were like Sweet Home Alabama or
Yeah.
some shit.
They did the theme from Batman. That was pretty cool. I thought it was cool. So
All right, so back to actual music shit, not
Yeah.
Gizz's lifestyle. Basically, like, so what are your influences? Where do you like over the course of your career?
okay.
What do you think? Yeah, how do you like? Where do you see like kind of a like, not A to B, but like just give a run over of like,
Like music wise?
yeah,
Shit.
Dick.
Well, I kind of like got into punk and hard stuff like that, but as I was getting old, we were just talking about this yesterday. It was like there's like this natural progression from hardcore to real melodic, heavy music after that. So I started getting into stuff like that, And then
It was a hardcore band that trail on.
the very first hardcore band that that's probably DOA.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Canadian.
War on 45
Boom.
record. Somebody gave it to me and I played the shit out of that. And then I started like playing my guitar, my bass along to it. This is how, just how every other person knows how to play these things. You play along to it. Then I get a Misfits record, you start playing that. And then I kind of started getting into like weird metal-y stuff. Celtic Frost.
Oh, that's a
Celtic
deep
Frost is one of my
dive.
favorite bands ever.
Something
about it. And I kind of started getting into that stuff, but I didn't like playing it so much, listening to it, and then I heard the Descendants, and that was, I'm wearing this sweater. That was
and
the socks.
my career playing music. There was like turns in it. You know what I mean?
That was it.
Where things changed really big. Because something about the melodic parts of their music and the hardcore energy of it really spoke to me. So from there, I made this thing into like Big Drill Car. You ever heard Big Drill Car? As ever. And then
Dan, love you.
after that, I heard Overwhelming Color Fast, which is our friend Dan, who was on the show about a month. Like all this really heavy melodic stuff really stuck with me. So you got into Mad Parade, and Mad Parade was not a hardcore band. Mad Parade was like an older style punk band, almost a power pop at times.
Mm-hmm.
The way the songs were written and
structured,
and it worked out really well. I got turned on a lot of real music to those guys. I didn't know anything about 999 or anything like that until I started playing with these guys. And then to put a band together that were playing this like mix of hardcore and melodic stuff, more towards the pop, not pop punk like Blink-182 and that kind of stuff, but
Nothing wrong with that stuff.
some of that like
all
DC emo, records.
Yeah, that whole genre.
So that stuff started to influence how I was playing. I started listening to like Carl Alvarez play the I can't play as well as him, but he's a big influence. Bob Thompson.
Actually, I would actually put you up against Carl Alvarez.
No,
by the way.
Okay. Maybe.
Yeah.
But for years I tried to play this type of music and put bands together, and I was writing all these songs, never found the right people. So I was playing in hardcore bands and whatever I do just to keep playing, because I wanted to play. And then lucky enough to stumble upon these guys who, the first time I saw them, I was like, I told Yvonne, I need to be in this band. This is the kind of music I wanted to play for years, and I've never been able to do. Dean and I tried to do it, and Your Mom, and like a lot of the hardcore bands didn't like us because we were poppy and too well written. Because Dean was
there was
really
enough screaming anger.
No, but that's what we were going for. And now that I'm doing this, it's like I don't know if I can go back to playing hardcore again after.
To listen to you play down in bands, and I listen to what you've done, and Gizz's vocals. I would literally love to be able to write riffs and start a band around you guys. It would be really interesting.
You've been drinking way too much.
Well, I mean, I'm better than you are, so it's okay.
We've been about it. We'll see.
I would love to
see
like.
what happens,
it was. I mean, I'm not saying we're forming something. I'm just saying, like in a more general purpose. Like if I was going to like be in a place, I think that you guys would kind of be in that place as well. Like you guys are the people that would have inspired me. I mean, Gizz is a huge inspiration,
right?
And the bass lines that you've done, the things you guys are like, God, that's the sound that I always wanted to kind of like try to find.
Yeah, I've been looking for it for years and years.
It's better than being in a fake ass punk band.
Yeah, and it's just I got to this place where the music that guys were spoke to before anything else was like I just heard the song. I never heard them, never saw them, went to see them play, and I was like, holy shit! We get this reaction a lot with this band when they see us, a bunch of old guys, and see Gizz, and
I talking shit to be
good. Talking shit, and then this beautiful voice comes out of him, and people are blown away. Like, you guys look like the music you play.
Yeah. And that's what I kind of mean. Like, man, if I was going to do this thing and like put something together, like vocals and your fucking bass lines and some of the riffs I can write. And I don't know who the drummer would be, but like it kind of reminds me of like, that's kind of what I want to be in. That's a big
there's
joke.
This band I used to play for, their drummer's available.
That's the big joke card, Doughboys, All Systems
Yeah,
Go.
all that shit, man. That
like,
stuff was
fucking,
was huge influence on me. And
yeah.
I listen to it, and I listen to punk, and I still listen to hardcore and all that stuff. But I listen more to like, you know, it's funny. I listen to like a lot of '70s music, like soft rock, Kennedy, and
Singer section.
yeah, all that stuff, man. I got a soft spot for that, but all that really awesome writing carries over into the stuff I'm doing. So now that I'm playing with these guys,
substance,
I have a place to take the music that I never had another place.
Even that song that I auditioned for that band that you wrote, the very PB, but I think it's a great song.
Yeah.
You put
we can take that. We can take that part.
You
out.
take that bass line and put it with Mark and Lewis and
it's
Wall.
gonna be bitching. So
and
I'm
it's
really,
gonna sound like something.
I'm really,
Wall's a fucking badass.
I'm really excited to see where this project goes with these guys.
Actually, I'm gonna say Foreclosure are literally like four of the best musicians I've seen in a long time.
But
where you guys all really together, there's a really amazing amount of
the
like
chemistry.
That's it.
You can't deny it.
You cannot buy that shit. You
Well,
can't
Dave
pay.
Grohl can.
You can't pay people to come into a band and do what we do.
Dave Grohl did.
No. But I'm saying, like, the five of us now have an energy that
it is beautiful.
And anybody would dream about.
At our first, I only practiced with these guys once before I played a show with them.
I know, dude. I was at that next show, and you fucking nailed it.
So we get to this up, and they're like, "All right, where do you want to start?" I'm like, "Fuck it, just start from the beginning." Like, the songs that I can play all of them.
There's one.
Like you learned all 10.
You guys only play 9.
Yeah, if you guys just had a good singer, we get fucking shit.
But we played.
Some bands wish they had a good singer.
One song, Carousel, the first song.
That's my
favorite. Carousel, and we were done. Lewis looks at me and goes, "Dude, you're fucking in.
Mm-hmm.
You're fucking in." And I was like,
I just kept looking.
It was immediate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I barely know you, but I was like, dude, that guy has got something. You do have some. I consider you a good
I'm grateful
friend.
that I had this opportunity to
but it's the attitude, too. Like, I've dreamed of having someone like you join in and automatically fitting in. There was no like.
Dude, it was day before a live gig.
2 days, but yeah.
2 days.
Fine, 2 days. Jesus God, but you jumped in.
Yeah. So nervous that first night at Transplants, I was like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna fuck this up." And I've made a lot of mistakes, but nobody knew. I knew.
Dude, I was in the audience. I didn't fucking notice.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, but you were drunk off your ass.
I was not drunk off my ass. I got your fucking girlfriend home.
I played with a lot of musicians over here, and I really like to play with musicians that are better than me.
That's the bigger goal.
Yeah.
So then we can play with you, bro.
Oh my God.
No, not saying that they don't, but I played with a lot of really good musicians.
Have you guys heard of Murder?
But
no, but Nigel mentions yacht rock.
Who the fuck is Nigel?
What?
Earlier he said,
Oh,
it's Randall.
Randall.
really
Yeah.
things up.
We have
I didn't know
people
his name was
watching.
Nigel. Any other comment that we can dance?
Nope. People mentioned cute, knowing people who know people who know people. And
Who
yacht
said
rock.
cute?
Cara.
Oh, Cardi Gold. That's someone I work with.
Hell yeah.
Runs my yeah, she's cool.
All right.
Yeah, she's cool.
Who's your favorite, like the most influential favorite bass player you know?
Gizz Butler.
Oh, really? That's
Black Sabbath is my
great
very
answer.
favorite band of all time ever.
Great.
If you ask me who's your favorite band ever, Black Sabbath. Your favorite record of all time, Volume 4.
Nice.
I'll take that to my grave.
Dude.
So
Fucking solid. Fucking boop, done.
Marry me.
yeah, right. So
yeah, fucking Jeff's home.
and I said that's who I wanted. That's who I wanted to play like.
Dude, that's fucking great. Like, that's a really fucking beautiful thing. Like that, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Gizz, who's your favorite singer?
John Kasner. Not even got to think about it.
There you go.
Doughboys.
Yeah.
That met you. Can I interject?
No.
A little late now.
No, shut the fuck up, Jeff.
I'm on the other side. And I know we can't.
You guys
That's how we
shut
met.
up.
That's how we met. Is from John.
We're gonna do
Where?
this. Let's interview Jeff,
Yes.
Michael,
Is it
Jill.
Is it Jeff or Geoff?
Geoff.
Yeah.
Geoff.
Geoff.
Jack Geoff.
He was in a called.
A lot of bands.
A lot of bands.
He was in Lover Man.
Actually, that's a great name for a band. Is a lot of
Man. The band he was
Lover
in.
Man.
Loverman.
Yeah.
Loverman.
We wanted to make it real sleazy. We covered a lot of Descendants songs.
now do covers. Right, we do a lot of covers.
I'm glad we're interviewing you.
Yeah, suddenly.
I'll give you a
Are we
date.
close to
We over.
I passed it.
all right.
Oh, Dan actually just
Dan,
fucking-
he's at work. What did he
Steve
say?
has a big ass that he booked.
Who does?
Dan,
Fuck
say
you,
that about
Dan.
him.
Go park some cars,
Let
Dan.
me see.
Hey, you late now, huh?
He's freaking a
Look, I
dude.
bet you can't park a Corvette.
All right, we're gonna
Try to rebuild that.
let's just
shit
keep
with
going.
hard.
I don't even give a shit anymore.
All right, so when's your next show?
Our next show. Show.
You're the band right now.
I'm trying to interview him like a
Oh,
fucking
okay.
offsetter.
Our next show is that you're at Gizz Fest. This would
Where's
be
that at?
Which
Bowl, Tarzana, beautiful Tarzana, California,
April 26th.
on April 26th.
I'm hosting it, by the way.
Hosted
I-
by all
Uh,
for come to Fabulous Gizz Fest, including bands like
For Foreclosure,
Foreclosure,
Fozzie's Hero,
Fozzie's Hero,
Bad Bruno,
Yeah.
Bad Bruno,
Some of my favorite bands.
Go Go Riot,
Go Go Riot,
Dude.
and Southpaw.
and Southpaw.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So this is Gizz Fest 2025.
Hosted by Just Paul. I will be making fun of that motherfucker. For
That's our
her
next
day.
show coming out, and then I think
And
I have one
then
after that. don't we?
July with Peg Boy.
Oh, July
July 3rd
opening for Peg Boy,
at the Sardine.
which is
Oh,
another one of my very favorite influential bands.
That's a
Um,
bucket list for both of us.
Peg Boys.
John
is
Haggerty
shit.
is a fantastic
Oh
player.
God.
Dude, I've been
And-
doing this like round and round with SNFU.
I'm
Naked
it's another
Ray.
bucket list band. Stuff.
I have it.
So that's in the 3rd of July at the Sardine in San Pedro.
Well, it's been a pleasure fucking
Yeah,
talking to you.
Dude,
Guys, thanks everybody.
I love
next
this band.
next week, next Monday is going to be a special show. We're having and it's going to be I wish we could have interviewed Jeff Edwards, he passed a few years ago. So one of his best friends is coming in, and we're going to have just a celebration of life for him. Anybody that knew Jeff Edwards or knows, Jeff Edwards band or friend, we implore you to just call in.
Send an email out to
You know-
youshoulddo.com so we can give you a link so they can pop on.
I'm just going to put publicly the link up. If we know you, we'll have you on. And, just come on and tell a story, a couple minutes, tell your story and piss. And, thank your God and piss off as Ricky
All
Gervais
right,
once
I did it
said.
last week. Hit the sponsor.
Headline Records, Transplant Brewing, MEOWZ, Riot Manufacturing,
Right now.
and we got one more, don't we? A new one? Oh yeah, the fucking Offbeat, you piece of shit.
What the way?
Don't give me.
Also, Foreclosure is our new sponsor. Do you want to fight? I will fucking
I'm
fight,
ready to
dude.
fight. I'm gonna
Cage match the fuck
I'm-
out
We're
of
just
this.
gonna fight each other.
Oh my
I want you to
God.
put a denim jacket on, a
Also,
real one.
Fuck Dave.
This has been super fun, guys. I was looking forward to spending another evening Gizz after 10
Dude,
days in a van.
I
do one more question.
I was like, aren't you sick of him? I'm like, fuck no.
I got one more question. Number one punk rock hero.
Joe Strummer.
Boom.
who's that?
Some guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's easy.
DCA.
I mean, that's the first thing that comes off the top of my head when I
Boom.
think about it. You know,
Heather Akers says, "Fun show, guys."
that's my sister.
Oh,
I love my beautiful
she says,
sister.
You love your sister.
Yes, I do.
I love your
my
sister, too.
She's a fucking cop.
She's
Sure.
fucking leaving.
Nah.
She's rad. My
This is
sister-
either
my
roller
be-
coaster
my-
Just take him. Just take me.
We've been friends since she was born.
I hope so. Because if not, that'd be weird.
Brother, dude,
Hey, thanks for having me,
Dude,
Jason.
this is
Just
amazing.
sit and talk
pleasure
shit
to
with
have
you
fucking
guys
with you guys.
and
And
spiel
you're
No.
a lot any day.
a lot of love, man, and I appreciate it.
I did nothing but love from me, man. I'm so glad we're
Proud of you,
We're-
not him.
And I'm ready. Let's do it again.
I'm
ready to go-
I
ready to do it
am
again.
one more. What I need to do say is I am so glad to still be in band with you through this birthday shit, and has no fucking
You
bullshit.
fucking stole my spot.
And
Thanks, brother. Thanks, brother.
and thank you for making that tour fucking what it was, because it would be different
Yeah.
without you. It would be a
It was a
totally
good
different
time.
outcome.
Thanks for just being a part of my life because this
Thanks,
is
Bob.
fucking fun.
I love you guys. I love you guys, and I'm to do a new adventure, man.
Oh yeah, it's nothing but up from here.
Murder
Right
for
on,
one.
right on.
Nothing. There's nothing. We don't never say no.
I punched the fuck out of this shit.
All right, so I'm
Thanks,
Gizz
guys.
Lazlo.
Love
I'm
you.
just Paul.
Come back next Monday. You know what you should do?
Co-host.
You know what you should do? Shut the
Not
fuck
this.
up.
Fucking not listen to your ass.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Congratulations.